Welcome back, guys. Happy Tuesday. That was just my little Tuesday leg day montage. Usually start off with squats and then do some on the belly leg curls and then calf raises, and that's pretty much it. It's if you go decently heavy on leg day, you don't really need to do much, in my opinion. All right. So, topic of today: don't give them your energy. Who's them? I'm gonna go through a list of what comes on the top of my head that I see people give into nowadays, and yeah, let's go through it. So, number one is toxic people. What constitutes as toxic people? That would be gossipers, complainers, groaners, toxic, boyfriend, girlfriend. And in terms of relationships, you're gonna know if somebody's toxic if they drain you. Like, I understand there's days where, people have hard days and they wanna vent to you and talk just let it out. But that's not what I mean in this context. What I mean is someone who's just constantly trying to tear you down, trying to tell you what to do all the time. Just like, and you've been with them before. It's just like an insane control freak. They don't trust you for anything. They don't really support you for anything. They just don't want to be alone in their misery. They just want to be in a relationship for the sake of the relationship and do their toxic behaviors. This usually, for me in my past, it usually manifested in just mindless indulgence of food and marijuana and Netflix. It's just, it's toxic. Neither of you are growing in the relationship, and in my opinion, that completely defeats the purpose. So, gossipers, that should be kind of self-explanatory. You don't feel good around them if you're on the level, if you're on a certain level. You don't want to be around that kind of talk. It's just, you find it gross, it's disgusting. You want to talk about deep things. You want to discuss how you want to grow, ideas. You want to discuss ideas, contend with ideas. Just very thoughtful, awareness kind of conversation. Not just simply, berating someone and talking about their marriage, their relationships, that. Yeah, you don't want to give that your energy at all. So number two would be, I would say, things outside of your control. So the weather. Today, in lovely New York City, raining cats and dogs, right? You forgot your umbrella. Don't cry about it. Don't, you hear that a lot. I got caught in the rain, or, the rain, I hate the rain. Oh, it's a gloomy day. It's a waste of your energy. You can't control it. The weather's the weather. Just accept it. Non-resistance, as they say. Next on the list would be mass pendulums. So pendulums is a concept from a book titled Reality Transurfing. And what a pendulum is essentially a mass energy group think. And the way it's described is like gravity. The more of it is condensed, the more it pulls you in. And one of the first things I could think of is politics. So here in the United States, politics is like a big, big thing. Red versus blue, Republican, Democrats, always going at it. And we are tribal creatures, and a lot of them, they're good talkers. they're able to influence you into believing their cause. You know, you're doing the right thing, you're on the right side. You know, we're for empathy, inclusion, you know, or hey, we're for progression, we're for, you know, America, right? Both parties saying the same thing. But I can guarantee you it is a big waste of your energy unless you yourself get in that arena. Because unless you're planning on getting, like, actually becoming a politician, you're just wasting your breath. You know, you could spend all day arguing online, trying to make your points why your political party is better. But I can guarantee you, you're not influencing anyone that way. You, like Gandhi says, be the change, or was it Buddha? I don't know. But the quote is, be the change that you want to see. You are going to be way more useful just living out what you want to see done in your country with your government. You want to see more empathy? Be more empathetic. You want to see more capitalism, more money? Start your own business. Become an entrepreneur. You see, money is make-believe, guys. If you create something of value, the money will just create itself. I know it sounds ridiculous, but money is just an agreed upon concept of the human race, like literally. So if you create something that people really want, really enjoy, it's really useful, the money is going to be created, it's going to be generated, okay? Let's see. A next example of a pendulum would be crisis. So think of the pandemic, right? The amount of people that went crazy when that happened. You know, I understand when these are serious things, but you got to keep a cool head, because if you don't keep a cool head during these crises, you know, whether it be a pandemic or a storm, something of that nature, war, and you lose your head, you're gonna end up doing something really stupid. Okay, the final two. And this one is particularly aimed towards men, and that would be gooning. I don't think I need to explain what that word means, but that's, a lot of men are struggling with that. You see, with the internet, it's accessible 24/7. You know, there's dudes out there that are doing it at work. Okay, like that's how bad it is. Like and not only that, with things like OnlyFans, you have extremely parasocial type of gooning, where not only are you indulging in, you know, your sexual energy, your life force being drained through that. Not only that, you're creating this like make-believe relationship that you're gonna waste time and energy on. Because a lot of dudes think that's just the unfortunate truth. They think they think they're talking to the creator, and it's no, they're just being taken for a ride. And you could waste years in parasocial relationships. You know, so don't do that. You know, I'm getting a little off the gooning, but like, you know, this could be any sort of, you know, lot of time you're spending online. You know, this could be in the form of video games and, you know, these social media apps, right? Unless you're building some kind of community, like a real community where you guys could actually discuss, you know, how to grow, meetups, this kind of stuff, I could see its utility. But for the majority of people, no. They're just getting trapped in their own little online worlds. So yeah, guys, especially, like I said, especially men, don't goon. None of it's real. It's all draining your energy. It's totally messing up your social ability. And we are very receptive creatures. Like any small gesture in your face, people could read that. So if you're doing something like extremely shameful as that, people are gonna know. Like they're gonna like sense it. They're gonna be like, yeah, something's up with this dude. But yeah, gooning, right? I understand this is like a mostly male issue, but for women, there are certain kind of books, that they indulge in. If you know, you know. I don't know the severity of this situation, but hey, maybe that's a topic for another video. Last but not least, which in my opinion is the worst of the worst, would be doom scrolling. Doom scrolling has to be one of the worst things that ever happened to humanity, because essentially it destroys the thing that allows you to create, which is focus. You must be able to focus in order to create, in order to really ponder on ideas. And because a lot of things could take hours, days, years to bring into reality. It's like, think of these like ancient sculptures, right? Like Michelangelo, like his paintings and sculptures. Like, how would he be able to do these masterpieces if his brain was like completely rotted from like all the doom scrolling? And what makes it particularly insidious is that it's packaged as harmless, right? Oh, just short form videos, blah blah blah, right? It's no big deal. And you could make the argument, it's like, oh, not all of them are bad, right? That you could come across, a so-called short form video that's like educational and whatnot. But what the hell is the point of it if you don't remember it, right? You're not just gonna scroll one educational video and be like, oh, okay, I learned something. Now time to go on my day. No, you're probably gonna scroll again, scroll again, scroll again, scroll again. All these videos could be giving you all kinds of sauce for the brain, but your brain is being trained to not remember. It's because it's resetting every time you get that dopamine hit. So I see zero utility in them. And on top of that, it's like what parents do nowadays. Like, when they don't want to watch their kid, they just give the kid the iPad, wherever, and the kid is just like literally scrolling. Brain rot, like actual, like that's like literally the type of videos that they watch. It's called brain rot videos, and it's just like AI slop, and it's just like random sounds, and it's horrible. Like you're literally cooking that kid's brain. That by the time they're whatever teen, whatever, they're gonna have zero focus energy. They're done. They're cooked. And you could see it with the amount of people. Like, how many people that like actually reads, right? Why is that? It's because they can't focus. Like, so doom scrolling needs to stop. Don't give it your energy, guys. Okay, now that we've gone through the nose, what's the remedy to the situation? And that would be giving your energy to your identity, particularly your highest self identity, the version of you that you have sat down and came up with deliberately. Like, okay, this is who I'm going to be, this is who I want to be. What does this person do? What would they do? What would they pay attention to? So for me, I'm aiming to be the leanest, healthiest version of myself, right? So therefore, I'm going to give my energy and attention to, an example would be men who have the physique, the body fat, similar body composition that I'm aiming towards. So I'm 6 foot. So I would, watch videos of a guy that's 6 foot and is 8% body fat. And I would analyze that. Like, okay, what does this guy eat? What's his calorie intake? How many times does he go to the gym? That's a proper use of my energy because it's going to aid me in my identity that I've chosen. So another thing could be, certain cooking videos. I could watch videos that's like specifically foods that's low calorie, high protein. Why? Because as the leanest version of myself, I'm watching my caloric intake. So that makes sense of my attention and energy and what I'm putting it in. So for you, let's say you want to be a painter, you would watch painters that inspire you. You would watch their content. You would see what kind of colors that they use. You would analyze their techniques. So yeah, guys, ask yourselves, what am I paying attention to? What am I giving my energy to today? Is it things that's going to help me become who I really want to be? Does it align with the character I want to be? If the answer is no, then just let it go. And especially the things that I mentioned earlier, I don't see how any of those things is of utility to anyone's identity. It's just a pure waste of your time and attention. So, okay guys, don't give them your energy. Your energy is everything in this world. I'd even go as far to say is that there's a war on our attention, like now more than ever. Okay? Don't be taken for a ride. That should disgust you as a autonomous human being, right? Your free will is one of the things that makes us us. So be mindful of your energy, guys. Okay? So that's all I have for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.